Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds. Now to test it. The 7 Chaos Emeralds are all powerful relics of limitless energy, possessing the power to warp time and space. But how do they work? Hey guys, Supersonic Theorist here, tackling the subject of the inner workings of the 7 Chaos Emeralds in the Sonic series. One of the most perplexing mysteries of Sonic's world is the bizarre nature of the Chaos Emeralds. They supposedly house limitless energy.
This thing's got unlimited power, you know.
With that Chaos Emerald, we can unlock unlimited power!
But when characters enter a super state, there is a time limit, as characters can only sustain the form while they have rings, which they gradually lose with each passing second. If their energy was truly limitless, then these forms would never run out like we see them do. And in Sonic Chronicles, the Dark Brotherhood, Super Sonic has a health bar. Although the exact amount of stamina in this state is unknown, it is very clearly less than infinite. If the Emerald's powers truly were infinite, then so would Super Sonic's stamina, and his health gauge would never run out. You could argue that the Emerald's powers are not actually infinite, and that it is just an exaggeration, but we see that even after the gem zone's energy is completely drained, that it can be instantly revived. Something that could only happen if the gems still had more energy hidden away inside of them. The only conclusion I can arrive at from this is that the Emerald's energy is, as far as we can tell, limitless. So if super forms have limited stamina and a time limit, but we know that the Emeralds have infinite energy, then Chaos Emeralds must house limitless energy but have a limited output. But how could something like that even work? I postulate that the Chaos Emeralds serve as reactors to a reactant. When the reactant is present, the reactor releases more energy. But what could that reactant possibly be? To find out, let's take a look at a line of dialogue from Tails, one of the most intelligent characters in the Sonic cast.
Negative forces aren't the only way to empower the Chaos Emeralds!
An interesting choice of words here is the term empower, or to give power to. The way this is being said makes it sound as if the Emeralds respond to emotion. Feelings like anger, joy, sadness, or love, any one of these things could be a reactant. You could say that I am reading too much into things, but this is not the only time a character has made reference to the correlation between emotion and chaos energy.
The servers are the 7 Chaos. Chaos is power, power enriched by the heart. The controller is the one that unifies the chaos.
The term chaos is clearly intended to represent the 7 Chaos Emeralds, while the term heart is likely intended as a metaphor for emotion. Paraphrasing phrases like, "You have a big heart, just like I do. I feel it in my heart. Open your heart. She broke my heart," etc., etc. The word heart, used in most contexts, is often used to represent a kind of love, and oftentimes when people refer to an emotion they are feeling, they refer to the heart. So breaking these words down, it will now say that the power is enriched by emotion. This would explain why superforms have limited energy, despite the energy of the Emeralds being limitless. But that still leaves one question. How can something like this even exist? If the Chaos Emeralds truly are temples of limitless energy, like it's stated here, then how can they exist within the Sonic universe, or any universe for that matter? E=mc² is the formula Einstein used to prove that mass and energy are interchangeable. So if the energy contained within the Emeralds is infinite, then the mass of these gems must also be infinite. The only problem with this is that if this were the case, then the Chaos Emeralds would be so insanely large, then they could obviously never fit in any kind of confined space. And if the Emeralds simply had less than infinite mass, then they would never be able to contain that limitless energy within the gems. You could argue that the Emeralds do have infinite mass, but are also infinitely dense, but there are two problems with this. One, if this was the case, then a singularity would probably be created as too much matter is being compressed within a single space. And 2, if an object in the real world had infinite mass, then it could obviously never be held by any surface where an object exists with a gravitational pull. If, for example, the emeralds were on Earth, then all 7 would immediately fall to the Earth's core, as no surface on Earth would be sturdy enough to hold up an object with infinite mass, and obviously no mortal with limits to their own strength could ever hope to lift one of them up, as it would take an infinite amount of strength to lift them off the ground. But that's not what we see happening. Instead, what we see happening is that practically anyone can pick up a Chaos Emerald with little to no effort. A possible explanation for this is that according to Sonic Chronicles, the Dark Brotherhood, the emeralds can float with their own power. Quote, "Ancient, powerful, and mysterious, the Chaos Emeralds are 7 mystical relics tied to the Master Emerald. Each emerald can float on its own power, but anyone who combines all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds can command ultimate power. So, if when a person goes to pick up an emerald, the emerald began to float, that would enable them to lift them." But a far more likely answer is that the emeralds are simply immune to the normal laws of relativity and causality. In Sonic Rivals, it is explained that the Master Emerald is an object that exists in all moments in time simultaneously. What's more, the gem can change its own size when the need arises, as we see in Adventure 2. This indicates that the gem exists outside the normal laws of causality. Since the Master Emerald emits the same energy signature as Chaos Emeralds, it wouldn't be a far cry to say that they function the same way. If this is true, then these gems could have bold new properties that result in them being unaffected by the normal laws of physics and also prevents the physical world from being affected by their absurd powers. It's best to imagine that the emeralds are their own separate dimensions capable of affecting Sonic's world, but also not being fully part of it. The inside of these gems is likely akin to its own dimension, with an infinite expanse that is filled with infinite energy. So when a person uses a specific emotion to fuel the emeralds respond by releasing a small portion of this endless expanse. So what did you guys think about this theory? Those emeralds are a lot more impressive than you thought, huh? Or do you think I'm full of it? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And hey, if you liked that, then be sure to check out Sega Scourge's How Does Chaos Control Work? It was a great inspiration for this video. And also, I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of the Death Egg Saga over at my Let's Play channel of Neveking Gaming soon, so be sure to check that out when it comes out. Or if you just want to converse with me and hear my thoughts on some subjects, then hey, check me out on Twitter at Neveking91. It'll be great. Anyway, that's all for now. See you guys later.